Hello, in this video I'm going to talk about Siege in Cyrodiil and which types you should purchase when you are out and about in the campaign. Right now I am on the Blackreach campaign. This is kind of a low population situation right now for the Ebonheart Pact and the Daggerfall Covenant. As you can see, they both have the low population bonus. If you're not familiar with that, when your Alliance has a low population in the campaign currently. When the score evaluations flip, they will get a low population bonus, and you can see that in this menu right here. If you go into the campaigns, Cyrodiil, and then go to your faction here, go to the scoring tab. If you look next to the Ebonheart Pact as well as the Daggerfall Covenant next to their potential points, they have the symbol that looks like the cell phone tower symbols. And so that is basically the low population bonus, and that means you can obtain 100% more AP for all AP that you are awarded. So that is a very strong bonus to do, or work with, I should say. Another bonus that you can get while that is on that's going to boost it even more is the Blessings of War bonus that you can obtain from killing delve bosses in Cyrodiil. If you go into a delve, kill the boss in the delve, you will get a 1 hour buff called the Blessings of War that will increase your AP earned by 20%. That will stack with the low population bonus. And so you can get a lot of AP generation if you pay attention to that bonus right there and keep an eye on it. So I'm going to talk about the different siege you should use and how you should kind of approach attacking keeps if you're going to do that in a low population situation. First of all, if you are by yourself, I highly recommend do not attempt to take a keep, because if there is a large amount of people on the opposing alliances, they're very easily going to come over here and stop you from doing what you're wanting to do. It's just going to take you too long to take the door down and kill the enemies on the flags and take the flags. By the time you take that out, they're going to be able to run over and take you out. So I would highly recommend just sticking to taking the resources, maybe the towns if need be, or if you want to, the towns are not that difficult to take out, and most of the time people don't really care if you take the towns. But for the most part, I would say if you're by yourself, I would say keep to taking maybe 2 resources and move on to another keep. If you stick around for all 3, you're likely going to get noticed, and they're probably going to smack you. So the idea here is to kind of make it a fast grab and run for it kind of situation. But if you are going to be in a group that is going to try to take keeps and try to do this in a fast manner, I'm going to give you a couple of pointers here that maybe you know about, maybe you don't, but I wanted to cover it in a video because I've not seen this covered in detail, and it's something I just learned by playing the game. So number one, if you have more than 3 people with you, I highly recommend using a ram. This is the strongest piece of siege that you can use. I recommend always having at least 1 or 2 of these on hand so that if somebody happens to join you up or whatnot, you get more people, enough people to do a ram. You have one on hand. This is much more powerful than the other types of siege. I believe, if memory serves, if you've got 6 people sitting on a ram, it hits for at least 10,000 per hit. So this is a very strong and fast way to bash the door in. This is number one. You should have this in your inventory in case you get allies. You can speed things up and actually get a keep take done. For if you are by yourself, I highly recommend using Trebuchets. There are a couple different ones available to buy, and so I'm going to cover that now. I'm going to slot this Firepot one, and then I'm going to demonstrate the difference in what happens if you use the wrong one. It's not necessarily the wrong one, it's just not as effective. I'll put it that way. So I'm going to put this down. This is the Firepot Trebuchet, as you can see. And I'm just going to hit the door with it one time, and we're going to see how much damage it does. And it didn't register a number because I hit it too high, apparently. So we'll throw it one more time. Okay, as you can see, it hit for 3,500 for one hit. Now that sounds like a lot and an awesome thing, but as you can see, it takes a minute for that to come back down to where it can be fired again. So what I'm going to tell you is the best one to use is the one that says the stone trebuchet. And the reason why, if you look at the description for the stone trebuchet, it says great damage to structures. If you look at the Iceball trebuchet and the Firepot, it doesn't say great damage. The one you want to look for is the one that says great damage. So I'm going to slot that great damage one, and we're going to shoot this off. Now the other flame one was for 3,500. So I'm going to shoot this one off. This is the great damage one. And as you can see, that hit for 4,000. So if you can get 2 or 3 of these up by yourself, you're going to be able to speed up the process of your keep take much faster, and you're going to have a higher probability of actually taking the keep. The same goes with ballistas. You need to pay attention to what type of ballista you're running. Here's a Magica ballista. Now I'm talking about this because some of these are cheaper at the vendor, and you're going to think, well, I don't want to spend extra money for something that does the same thing. They're not the same. Let me just put these different types of ballistas down, and I can demonstrate those in the video as well. So here is the lightning ballista. As you can see, the lightning bolt on there, and we'll hit the door, and it does 1,000. Not very much damage comparative to the trebuchet, as you can see. The time it takes you to shoot one, you're going to get 4 times the damage if you use the stone trebuchet. So here's the firebolt ballista. Again, it has fire on the front. Very easy to see which type. And again, it's a 1,000. So here is the most powerful ballista. You back away from those guys so they don't aggro on me and ruin my video. Just your Alliance ballista. And this is also says, if you look at your Alliance ballista, it says great damage to structures. So that's what you want to look for. So we'll put this down here. And as you can see, there's no flame or anything on the arrow. And as soon as you fire it off and hit the wall, as you can see, it does double the damage of those other categories. So if you're wanting to speed things up on taking a keep, you're gonna want to run the Alliance Ballista, the Battering Ram, and the Stone Trebuchet. If you implement those into your rotation and use those instead, you're going to do a lot more damage. You're going to speed up breaking the door down, and it's not going to take you as long. Now, if your objective is to hit people up on top of the wall, then absolutely you may want to try something different. But if your objective is purely just to knock those doors down like that, then you're definitely going to want to use those pieces of siege if you are wanting to speed things up and take the keeps. A couple of things I'm going to recommend before I close out the video. There's a couple of add-ons that I find extremely useful in PvP. As you can see, the mini map is kind of nice if you're wanting to farm nodes in between keeps and whatnot. You can use that. But at the very top left corner of my screen, you can see an add-on that is showing me what is under attack. That is called PvP Under Attack. I will show you in this video how you can get that if you are on a PlayStation 5 console or an Xbox Series or newer. If you're on PC, I'm not sure what the corresponding one is on that, but I'm sure they have something that is comparable. So if you go into your add-ons, this is created by user562. So what you can do is you can type in just user, I believe probably is gonna pull up his stuff. Okay, it didn't do that, but all right, so we'll just try the PvP then. So if you type in PvP, you can see PvP under attack right here. If you don't want to find it that way, then you can locate it in the categories. Here, you go down to the PvP category and select that, and it will locate it for you that way as well. And what this does is it flags you on your screen without having to go in your map and check, okay, is this keep right here under attack? Or I should say, is this resource under attack? This is Farragut Lumber Mill. So this right here, as you can see very up top there, it says, yes, it's under attack. And it tells you who's attacking it because the meter that is being filled is yellow. So as that fills in, it's got 17 more seconds, 15 more until it is finished, and it will be completed as a take. So this is a very useful add-on to implement in case you're trying to figure out where to defend or where your alliance is currently at. Try this add-on out. I think it's going to be really helpful if you give it a try. So I'm going to close the video out here. If you thought this was helpful or interesting, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my YouTube channel. I have a large catalog of videos on my YouTube channel, and they are organized by created playlists. If you go to my main page on my YouTube channel and type in, or go to the playlist tab, I should say, you should be able to find all of that organized content there. All the playlists are organized on that tab. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.